You see, it cleaned me up and made me new. Should have welcomed back, and now I'm standing here in front of you.
Hold on, you gotta stop. You're gonna get people happy in here. This is an exclusive. Amen. Welcome to Dear Future Wifey podcast. Tasha, PAGE-LOCKHART, and my homie Deangelo LOFTIN. What's up?
What up?
What's up?
How we said in Detroit, what up, though?
What up, though? That's what's up. Sunday Best is in the building, huh?
Yes, sir.
How did you feel being on that show?
The outcome was great. God used it to expose me to millions of people all at once.
Mom went super duper viral. Your future dad is going to either be Willie Moore Jr. or Jonathan McReynolds. Like, how do you feel?
I carry a pistol.
You too old to try to stop your mama from love. These two men are pursuing your mama heavy.
I never gave up on love. I always wanted to be married. 2 prayers that I prayed. One was, Lord, recalibrate my frequency so that I can attract something different, because I keep attracting the same type of men. And then I prayed a prayer walking through a hotel lobby. God, please let my husband find me. And then that's when he had DM'd me 2 weeks later.
Really?
So the Lord reminded me of that. He was like, I gave you all the confirmations that you need.
How did y'all meet?
My God. One day she took a picture. She had no makeup on. And I was like, oh my God, I have to jump in her DMs. Your outward beauty, I know, has to match your inward beauty, and I don't even know you.
He didn't even ask me, but the vibe was just there. So I just sent him my number.
Where were you at in your relationship journey?
Tell the truth.
In the process of going through a divorce, I was about to be for these streets.
Absolutely.
And the Lord spoke to me and said, I'm about to place something in front of you that eyes have not seen.
When y'all met, he was still married, going through a divorce. How did you take that?
So he thought he was divorced.
What you mean he thought?
I'll say this much.
The Dear Future Wifey podcast has global impact. From Texas.
I have been on this journey of healing and self-discovery, and this podcast has been a vital part of my process.
Guyana.
God's establishing through you a legacy, a display of freedom found in authentic spirituality.
California.
I've learned so much as a single man through your podcast, and continue to learn so much as now a married man.
Nigeria.
This is just therapy for me. I've been healed. I've been strengthened in my convictions. I've understood how to do singlehood better.
Amsterdam.
The way that you've shown us how it is possible for a man to be as intentional as you are.
New Jersey.
I appreciate your vulnerability. I appreciate just being able to see that there is life after divorce.
To New York.
I am a single woman, so these episodes really give me hope and courage that God does have a husband for me.
Discover, uncover, and recover love. I'm Lateris R. Whitfield, and this is season 10 of the Dear Future Wifey podcast. Welcome to the Dear Future Wifey podcast. I'm your host, Lateris R. Whitfield. Listen, are you still shacking up with us? If you're still shacking up with us, can we get a commitment? Hit that subscription button and subscribe. Make sure you turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified about upcoming episodes. While you're at it, go ahead and join us on Patreon so you can see the journey, the road to me marrying my future wifey on November the 22nd. Y'all all will be invited to the live stream of the wedding. I can't wait to show you that. As a matter of fact, while you're at it, go ahead and pre-order the book, Student of Love. This book is been released by HarperCollins W Publishing, and I want to make sure that y'all really support it. How many of y'all know that love isn't about finding the right person, it's about becoming the right person? And I'm so thankful that Dr. Gary Chapman wrote the foreword to this book, because when he read the book, he said this book is going to change the world. And so let's show the publisher, let's show the big box stores that this is a book that is highly anticipated by driving those pre-orders up for its January release. So thank y'all so much. Matter of fact, watch this promo video right now. I was married, cheated, flunked out of marriage. These eyes have seen the pain of failure, but also the possibility of redemption. These ears have heard the lies. You'll never change, but they've also caught the whisper of truth. Lateris, you can learn love on a level you've never known. This finger once carried a vow I wasn't ready to honor. Today is empty, but it's unashamed. It's waiting on a covenant I'll protect with wisdom.
Will you marry me?
I'm no expert. I'm just a fellow student. I've sat in love's classroom even spent time in detention. But now I live with intention. That's why I wrote Student of Love, because learning love never ends. Sit next to me and cheat off of my paper. Cheat? Tony, should I use a better word? Let's just cut to the chase. Pre-order this book and start the journey on becoming a true student of love. Class is now in session. So again, link in the description, go to studentoflove.com and purchase the book. I am so excited to have this queen and king on the Dear Future Wifey podcast. This is an exclusive. Amen. This is exclusive. I've always said that I want the Dear Future Wifey podcast to be a platform where people share their journeys. I want to be the first stop when people get married to share their journeys. Even the first stop if they were going through divorce. Let's talk about it. And I'm very thankful that this couple sees value in this platform to share their story and their journey. So without further ado, welcome to Dear Future Wifey podcast. Tasha, Paige. I'm about to call you Lockhart. It's not. It's LOFTIN.
Lockhart is the stage name, so that's always gonna be around. But yeah.
Okay, Tasha, Paige, Lockhart, and my homie Deangelo, LOFTIN. What's up?
What up?
What's up?
How we said in Detroit? What up, though?
What up, though? That's what's up. And so let me ask you this.
What up?
So you said what up?
In Virginia.
Yeah, in Virginia. I say what up?
Oh yeah.
There it is. So let me ask you this. So even when you, as an artist, and you get married, do you feel any type of pressure to change your name when you get married? Like you saying the stage name is Tasha Paige Lockhart, but you are married, you can still keep your same initials. Are you gonna ever change it and be LOFTIN by the stage?
Everything legally on my license, on my everything that you can look up is gonna say LOFTIN.
Okay.
But I mean, it's just a smart business move because that's the name that I branded over 13 years ago. Absolutely. After coming off of Sunday Best. So yeah.
And Deangelo, how you feel about that?
I'm cool with it. I'm cool. I met her as Tasha Paige Lockhart, and I understand it's business. And
I like how you say that. I understand
this business.
Speak with authority.
Yeah, the little preacher voice.
So when it's business, you completely understand that, and but I know that she's going to take care of business behind the scenes. You can't look up her records and find Tasha Paige Lockhart nowhere. When it's all said and done.
There it is. All right. Let me ask you this. What song will people remember you by? What song, if you were to sing this, people go, that's who that is?
You putting me on the spot. Let me see. Back when I was 17, like every other girl, I used to have big dreams. But then I got introduced to some other things. And suddenly the church girl I was originally became different. See, the wrong things could call your name. I chose to answer when the spirit said walk away. And now I live with circumstances that I can't erase. Now I just wish I could go back now to yesterday. But there's not a hole too deep that God won't reach down and save me. You see, it cleaned me up and made me new. Should have welcome back, and now I'm standing here in front of you.
Woo! Hold on, you gotta stop. You gonna get people happy in here. You gotta quit. Stop, Tasha. Good Lord. Sunday Best is in the building, huh?
Yes, sir.
How did you feel being on that show?
I didn't want to go on the show.
Why not?
Because first of all, my parents didn't want me to get hurt with the politics of the industry.
Yeah.
And everybody around me was saying, don't do it. And I was actually studying to audition for Motown the Musical. And then a close friend of mine called and was like, no, I'm sending you to Texas. He was like, no, I'm sending you to Texas to go audition for Sunday Best. So I'm like, should I do it? And then my cousin called me 20 minutes later that didn't know I got the phone call from the other friend. It was like, I'm sending you the link. You should go audition for Sunday Best. I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. So that's how that happened.
What do you think about the outcome?
The outcome was great. God used it to expose me to millions of people all at once. So it's been a tremendous blessing.
A tremendous blessing. Put you in households all across the world, because even people pull it up and watch stuff on YouTube or whatnot in other countries. It just put them in households across the world. Brian, what is your background? I'm not Brian. I'm thinking, he looking at this. No, you know what? I keep thinking of him as my homeboy, Brian Loftin. I got a homeboy that's a musician named Brian Loftin. He looked just like him. And even when he said his name was Loftin, I said, do not call him Brian. And
my brother's name is Brian.
His brother's name is Brian.
Oh, really?
Brian Loftin.
Is he a musician?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I said, is that your brother that went on tour with me when I was doing plays? He was my MD. So Deangelo, what is your background?
It's extensive. My background, I started off in church as a musician. Been in church my whole life. Grandfather's a bishop. And so I've been a musician for a long time. But I decided when I got 18 that music won't pay the bills. And so I didn't want to really like push to go hard and travel and all that type of thing. So I went into working sector and began to dive into my own business. And so I started a business called LOFTIN Exterminating. That I've been in business for the past 15 years doing that. And then we dived into community engagement with the handicap IDD and DD type. Yeah, so we've been diving into that stuff, and God has been good.
So basically making a lot of money.
Striving.
Yeah, when you start talking about all those, and when you're in it's some money made in that industry. So
it is. I'm striving to get where I want to go. Yeah. So we're doing some transitioning because we're transitioning from Virginia to North Carolina. Okay. And so we're working on some stuff. Yeah.
Virginia, North. So where do y'all live? Y'all live in North Carolina?
We live in North Carolina.
Okay, so you moved to North Carolina.
Yeah.
As a woman, was you ever like had the ideology that you wasn't gonna move for your husband, or you were very open to say wherever my husband lives or whatever, I'd be willing to move?
I didn't want to move to Virginia, so off rip, when I started visiting him there, I was like, I am not moving to Virginia.
Why not?
He was like, just give it a chance, he was like, let me just show you this part. He would show me a different part, and I would still be like, no, it's not for me. It didn't feel like home. Yeah. I'm not knocking it. It's not that it's not a good place. It just didn't feel like home for me.
Where's home for you?
Home for me originally is Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit, yeah.
Yeah. But when I went to North Carolina to visit my godparents that live there, I've been going back and forth there for like 13 years visiting them. Last year in January, I heard the Lord say, pack up and move. And so I went home. 7 days later, I was living in North Carolina.
Really? 7 days?
7 days. I had packed up, yes.
Did you move in with them? You got your own place in 7 days?
Me and my god sister and I have a place together.
In 7 days?
Yes.
So when God tell you to do something, you should do.
I set my 2 sons down, and I explained to them what I was doing, and one of my youngest son was like, but I really want you here, and I explained to him, this is what it would cost me to live in Detroit, and I'm not talking about financially. It was just so many things that represented trauma for me and negative experiences. I was addicted to cocaine in Detroit. I got molested in Detroit. I was raped in Detroit. It was so many things that went on in Detroit, Michigan for me, and it's not that I'm not healed from those things. It's just it's a reminder every time I'm there. And so when I explained it to them that way, they was like, Ma, go.
Really?
And I showed them.
Understanding.
Absolutely. And I showed them.
Real quick, how old are they?
16 and 24.
Okay.
I showed them that I had 6 months of flights that I committed to coming back to Detroit once a month. And so I've been doing it for almost 2 years. Once a month, I'm in Detroit. I spend like a week there with them. And then I come on back to North Carolina because I found peace there.
Peace.
I had to go where my peace was.
And so, Deangelo, so when she said, I'm not feeling Virginia like that, what made you acquiesce to her wishes to move to North Carolina? So
it was a lot of lead up to me being willing to move away. I wanted to change anyway. Honestly, I was going through a divorce, and at the same time, I was losing the church that I was pastoring. And so Virginia started looking like a place of death for me, a place where I couldn't see life in it anymore. My children was the only thing that I really felt that I had connections to, and so moving into a different place, I was like, okay, we can make something happen. And then one day I was traveling to her, and I saw the sign that said Raleigh, and I heard the Lord tell me, "Welcome home."
Really?
And from that moment, I was locked in to moving to North Carolina.
He was driving there to see me 2 or 3 times a week.
No, he wasn't.
Driving 3 hours. Yes, he was.
2 or 3 times a week?
It was. It was something special there. I had to get to it.
And you got to it.
And he got to it. You said 2 or 3 times a week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I would work and then head to the road.
How old are your kids?
My son is 11 and my daughter is 14.
And so you said that was the only thing holding you. And
I mean, I have a lot of family.
Yeah,
but my family gonna love me regardless.
Yeah.
Huge family, and they're gonna love me regardless.
Absolutely.
But I had to go where my soul was leading me.
There it is. So let's go back. How did y'all meet?
My God.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. So one day I was.
You sound like a preacher. One day, as I was. Yeah.
Turn your Bibles to the book of Mark.
Turn your Bibles.
One day I was on Instagram. I follow her a lot anyway on Instagram. She was just so beautiful, but I want one of those awkward guys, jumping in DMs type thing. But one day she took a picture, and in this picture she had no makeup on, and it was like flawless to me. And I was like, oh my God, I have to jump in her DMs. And then she had her toes out. It was just, anyway.
Foot fetish.
Foot fetish. I'm sorry, me and you must be related. I got a foot fetish too. So I'm right there with you.
Lord.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what it is, but I thank the Lord. So I jumped in her DMs, and I was like, it's a whim. Like, she got 350,000 followers. So I'm sure there's a whole bunch of men in her DMs.
Were there a lot of men in your DMs, Tasha?
It was men in my DMs. It wasn't a lot, but it was, on a daily basis, somebody would say something to me. Yeah. It wasn't crazy.
So I was hoping to be the one
that she responded
to. And I saw that picture that morning, and I DM'd her that morning.
What did you say?
Ooh, it was so deep.
It was so deep. That's why I responded. Because I always get the heart emojis, kissy face, or can I take you to dinner? You so pretty. But he went down the line. Like, it was like 2 paragraphs.
Really?
He really took time. It was just the words that he typed. I was just like, I got to pay attention to this. Yeah.
I think I said something along the lines where your outward beauty, I know, has to match your inward beauty, and I don't even know you. And so
look at her. She's right there. She got the Holy Ghost right there again. She got the Holy Ghost right there. She had a flashback.
It was a natural beauty though, because she had no makeup on in that picture. She had just a dress. I don't know what she was trying on.
I was in the dressing room trying on a dress.
So you're that comfortable to post yourself without makeup?
No, I wasn't.
Really?
My best friend, shout out to Diane Roberts, Brooks. She was like, you need to bring this dress, because we was going on trying on like shapers, body shapers and stuff. She was like, bring a dress with you so you could try it on. We were just trying on dresses. So when I was in there, she was like, girl, take a picture in that. I'm like, Diane, no, I don't have on any makeup, my feet out. She like, take a picture. I'm telling you, you snatched. So it was just like a girl thing going back and forth. I took the picture. It was like 12 a.m. I'm just laying in the bed. I'm like, I'm just going to see. And I just posted it and left it alone. Then that next morning when I looked, he had DM'd me.
And we thank the Lord.
So tell me why it was important, from a man's standpoint, to see her with no makeup.
Honestly, it's not. I'm pro women, so I.
But you saw the pictures before, and you didn't slide the DM.
I did, but. Okay, so for this one, it was like, if you can look this good in your natural beauty, then the makeup is just
an enhancer, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I know that, I'm picturing well in the future, don't even know this lady. I'm like,
picturing waking up next year.
I can wake up to her, good God Almighty. Yeah, absolutely.
That's what you were doing. You were lusting.
I was like, and that's what it was for me.
Absolutely.
Because let's be real.
Yeah.
When we first see a lady, it's not the mind.
No, we're talking about.
I
see the Shekinah glory over you.
Right? Yeah. Come on, you got to be attracted to a person before you can even talk to a person.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we ain't walking up to busted, or disgusted
at all.
But so that's what it was. Just seeing her in that natural form and knowing I can say, I said, good God. My Father. And then I zoomed into them toes. And
my God. Imagine being with somebody that has a foot fetish, but you don't like your feet touched.
You don't like your feet touched?
No.
So every time you try to touch
compromise, at first I was like, please no. What? No, didn't I?
Yeah, you said
like,
but
that's
no,
he was like,
that's my love language.
I said, oh, okay. So
now she done came around.
Came around. She came over. Came over to the sunlight.
Oh my God.
And so how did you feel when she responded? And what did you say when you responded? Do you remember, Tasha?
It was a back and forth exchange about he said something about taking you out. And then he was like, but you live in Cary. He tried to make fun. He was trying. When I told him I lived in Cary, North Carolina, he was trying to say, it's no places there. Ain't nothing in Cary. I'm like, wait a minute.
Station.
I heard Elon Musk got a house in Cary. So why we just going back and forth? And then he didn't even ask me, but the vibe was just there. So I just sent him my number.
I ain't asked nothing.
I didn't even ask.
I didn't even know.
I'm like, let me get out of the Instagram. It's too much for IG. It's time to take this to the next level.
So you sent your number. And what did you think, Deangelo?
I could not believe it. I was like, let me zero back a little bit. Let me go back a little bit. So when she responded, she kind of hearted my message.
Oh, okay.
So I'm thinking, it's like she gave me like one of those was praise God. I'm like, praise God? What?
Because I went to his page and saw he was a pastor. So at first, I did read it and I was just like, ooh, I got to pay attention to this. Then I started doing some research. I'm like, Pastor, nope, not another one. Nope.
Not another one. It's insane.
It's another one, DJ Khaled.
Right. Not another one.
So I let the moment breathe, right? I gave her the hour. And I was like, man, she done responded. How can I respond back? And so I responded back. I was like, I know 1,000 men talk to you on a regular basis, but you responded back to me. I just want to say thank you. I understand your celebrity status. And, and then she responded back. And then that's when she told me she lived in Cary. And I was like, well, the only thing we can go to is a gas station out there because... ain't nothing out there.
Get a couple hot dogs and chips or whatever.
Gas stations got the best food. Sheets is everywhere. Get a little sandwich from Sheets. And then she just sent me her number, and I was like, wait a minute.
Because that's one of my love languages. If you can make me laugh,
there it is.
And you making me laugh through text like that, I'm like, oh, the vibe too strong. Yeah. Bye IG.
Right.
No. Wait a minute.
We're going offline.
Yeah.
And we got on the phone and we talked for 2 hours.
Yeah.
The first time, it was in the morning time. First time for 2 hours, and then she hung up the phone, went to be with her sisters and her mother, and FaceTime. Because honestly, the whole time I'm thinking it's fake. I don't know her voice like that. No, I'm thinking it's somebody playing with me for real. But then she FaceTimed me later on. Her mother was on the phone. I was like about to wreck my car because I was like, wait a minute. Why am I asking to answer a FaceTime when driving anyway? But anyway, and I was like, wow, she's this down to earth. We just vibing like crazy. And honestly, from there, it just took off.
I met me and Tasha got on the phone last year when I wanted to get your mom on the podcast. Mom went super duper viral. Yeah. What would people know that people that were introduced to her, what TikTok focal was going on?
The devil is a liar. Yeah. And we thought she was just playing.
I know.
Like, how in the world did this thing... But I thank God for what he's doing in her life, just how everything happened. It's been amazing.
And so that came at a very interesting time for her life, the loss of her husband of how many years?
27 years.
27 years. Mm-hmm. And we talked about her coming on the podcast, but beautiful story, beautiful thing. And then that moment was you encouraged her to get back, record, get back into the music industry. And she's like, ain't nobody really.
I don't think I can do this without Dad. She just kept saying, I don't know if I can do this without him. He wasn't just her husband. He discovered her. He was her producer. He wrote all the songs. He was her manager. He was her pastor. It was a lot. Line up all those people I just said. That's like 5 jobs. That's 5 different people. You lost all of that in one swoop. So it's been tough. Yeah.
And then just recording that moment and that going super duper viral and introducing her to generations that wouldn't even know of her existence. Yeah. How encouraging was that for her?
It was very encouraging because it let her know, like, you still got a lot left in you.
Absolutely.
You know, people need what you have. And so I thank God for that.
And so how do you feel about your future dad is going to either be Willie Moore Jr. or is going to be Jonathan McReynolds? Like, how do you feel? How have you been coming to the acceptance of that?
I carry a pistol.
You carry a pistol?
Yeah. I go to the range.
I understand that, but you got to let it. You're too old to try to stop your mama from love. You know, these 2 men are pursuing your mama heavy. How do you feel like that? You know, you done moved on and got your love. Your mama can't find her love.
First of all, I want all of these young guys to stay away from mama. Stay away from mama. It's so funny. It's just a fun little joke we just got going. Willie Moore done talked about her a couple of times on the radio. The White Stone done text me like, where your mama at? Tell her to get on here. Willie Moore. I'm like, y'all, leave my mama alone. I told my mama, you stop walking away from that camera now.
Stop walking away
from that camera.
All right.
All right.
All right. Stop walking away from it. You're supposed to stand there, look at the camera. And so yeah, man, shout out to her. How's she been doing?
She's doing good.
So she's doing great.
She's doing real good. She just won a Stellar.
Yes.
I think it's Traditional Female Gospel Artist of the Year. That's her second one.
Say her name if people don't even know.
Lisa Page Brooks. That's my mom's name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Legend. That's a legend now. I want y'all to go look who that is. That is an absolute legend. And you'll see what we're talking about when you start deep dive. You're like, oh.
Yeah. That's the voice on His Blood Still Works.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Legend. And so pop up on FaceTime, you see the mama, you see Tasha, you like, okay, this is real, you know, and what did you think? Where were you at in your relationship journey? Like, had you been divorced at this moment, or you been divorced for X amount of years? What was your relationship journey at this point?
Tell the truth.
I'm gonna tell the truth. Amen.
Amen and amen again.
Amen. So I was in the process of going through a divorce. I was in my own home, in my own place, and still pastoring and losing my mind. All of it. I was at the altar crying out to the Lord, asking him, why am I going through this? Like, the burden, the pain, everything was happening all at once. This is, months before I met her. And I was like, God, I don't want to go through this. I don't understand this. And the Lord spoke to me and He said, I'm about to place something in front of you that eyes have not seen. And I'm like, I don't want to see it. Because I'm being real. Like, I was striving to keep what I had, because no man wants to go through something that he invested in. No man want to lose something that he invested in at the time. But, I had to accept what God allowed. I had to accept the moment and accept what was going on in my past. And so I'm gonna be real. Can I be real?
Always.
Is this a real platform?
That's what it is.
I did not want to get married again. I had to say it like that.
Again.
You told me to tell the truth.
Yeah.
I was about to be for these streets.
Absolutely.
The whole pastor. And I was like, I'm not doing this again.
Outside.
I was about to be outside.
And now on the streets of gold, you're going to be in the streets.
In these streets. And
terrible.
Yeah.
And I didn't want another church girl.
Mm-hmm.
None of it. As long as she loved the Lord, I was fine with it. You know God? Okay, let's go. You know.
You know how to spell it? You know how to spell God? That's good.
Hey. Jesus, you know? Okay.
Yeah, Jesus, all right.
And so, and that's the mindset.
How many years were you married?
I was married 6 years.
All right, 6 years.
6 years.
And was that your first marriage, only marriage?
No, that was my second marriage.
Your second marriage. The first marriage, how many years?
First marriage was 10 years.
10 years.
Yes.
So 16 years of marriage combined, you like, I don't want to do it no more.
Don't want to do it. Don't want to do it. Because I was like, something is wrong, must be wrong with me, where, I just need to fix me. You know, although I can bring up a whole lot of things from the other ends, but I was like, Lord, I need to fix me. So I immediately went into counseling, and I was in counseling for a year. Even I was still in counseling when I met her. You know,
that's good.
And I just kept going because I didn't want to, because I knew that honestly when I married her. When I met her, I knew that the Lord was setting us up for so I won't just meeting her just to have fun.
Yeah,
she wasn't a part of me being in the streets, and so I knew that if God was
talk, man.
You know.
Well, let me ask you this, Tasha. You know, because you like, I ain't trying to marry another pastor. Where was your heart at? Did you desire marriage at that time?
I did. I still desire marriage. I never gave up on love. I always wanted to be married.
And you've been married how many times?
The best version of me is when I'm married.
And you've been married how many times?
Twice. I had been married twice before.
All right, so you've been married twice. He'd been married twice before, but you still was hopeful, but you just didn't want a pastor.
No, I didn't.
Why not?
Because of the situation I was in before. It was so traumatic, and I was just like, nah, a basketball player, a football player, a plumber, something. Just have a job. Just love God and have a good job.
Don't let it be a part of clergy.
No, you gotta speak in tongues though. You gotta be able to lay hands on me.
but you can't be a pastor.
Please no. So I was just like, God, why? It was just the vibe was just too strong. Like really, the chemistry.
Yeah.
It was so strong. It was undeniable.
And so when you found out, so when y'all met, he was still married, going through a divorce. How did you take that?
So he thought he was divorced.
What do you mean he thought? How you think he divorced?
He's talking about So I'll say this much. I'll say this much. It was a situation to where all the paperwork wasn't turned in yet.
Okay, it wasn't filed.
Yeah, it wasn't all the way filed. And it was an out of sight, out of mind type of thing. It's like, oh yeah, I signed it. You know what I mean? You're busy with your life, you pastoring, you moving, and then all of a sudden it's like, no, this is not all the way done. And so we were faced with something early on in our relationship after we already had feelings for one another, where I had to make a decision. Do I stay or do I leave? And so I chose to stay because I saw worth in it. I saw him for the man who he really is.
So he told you that. He told you that, hey, this wasn't filed.
He was honest with me from the beginning.
That's good.
Absolutely.
And let you make a informed decision.
Yes.
And you did that.
That's what won me over, though.
Yeah.
Like because it was a out of state relationship. Long distance relationship. I had called like 4 people trying to vet him. I'm like, what you know about Deangelo LOFTIN? I called 4 people, and when I called those people, they confirmed everything he told me.
Oh, really?
Everything he told me. He never lied from the beginning.
So they knew that you were separated?
Yeah.
So you were open about that. You wasn't trying.
A lot of people didn't know my business.
Yeah.
You know, I kept my business private, but through different circumstances, a lot of people started realizing that, oh, they're not together no more.
Mm-hmm.
They, because it has been a year already, and I was just very private with mine.
Yeah.
I didn't go on Facebook and put separated, like people do. And so I just kept moving and kept dealing with what I had to deal with. I didn't even know that she knew anybody from Virginia. So for me, but I know in the music industry and just people just think they know everything.
Yeah.
And really don't know half of nothing.
Yeah.
They just know what they think they know. I just chose to be honest from the beginning.
That's good though.
And honesty is the best policy.
It is.
Absolutely.
Regardless how much it hurts.
Yeah.
That's the key right there.
Because honesty hurts sometimes.
It does.
you know. But I thank God for opening up doors. Now she ain't telling the full truth because she broke up with me about 3 times.
Uno, dos, tres.
Tasha, why you break up with the man 3 times?
And it wasn't anything that he was doing.
Why you break up with him?
Because I had never given myself a chance to actually date. Like I wanted to see what my options were.
So from your divorce and meeting him, how long was that? From your past husband?
3 years.
And you still didn't have enough time dating? 3 years?
No, because that first year after that was healing.
All right, so the 2 years.
It wasn't I wasn't even in a mindset or it wasn't no dating after that. It was healing. It was get your mind back. So once I did get permission from the Lord to start dating again, I was in a relationship that ended, and then I was just dating different people. I wanted to see. 20-year-old Tasha and 40-year-old Tasha is 2 different things. When you're dating in your 20s, you're talking about what you aspire to be. This is what we're going to do together, and we're going to travel the world, and we're going to write songs, and we're going to tour, and we're going to da-da-da-da-da. We're going to have 2 kids and a dog and a picket fence. It's all that. When you're 40 years old, it's like a history lesson. And this scar over here, I fell and broke my arm when I was 11, and that's what that's from. And then I had surgery, and then that's why this toe is crooked. And I was tired of it. It was too much. I don't want to have to keep repeating all of this every time. Like, come on.
You said a history lesson?
It is.
And so, but you still wanted more time. You met this guy. You felt the vibe was undeniable. Y'all clicking, y'all that. And then at what point, how long were y'all dating each other before you said, I just need more time to go explore?
See, I never said that. I never said I need more time to go explore.
What did you say?
Just like, I can't remember how I said it.
I know Deangelo knows. Deangelo, what she say? The first time.
What did she say? Lord have mercy. I'm trying to remember the circumstance. She just came back from
I went on a fast. That's what it was.
That's
what it was.
Now, because here's the problem. The Lord told me in the midst of us dating that she was going to be my wife.
Right.
So here she comes going on a fast, and at the end of the fast, telling me, oh, I don't think this is going to work. I was like, Negro, what?
Be sure.
I was like, because I ain't tell her at that time what the Lord was sharing with me. But I'm like, these moves ain't making sense. Like, what are you talking about? And so I let it. The next day, I'm thinking in my mind, man, I miss this girl so much, and we talked all day long every day. So I'm like,
was talking when we was broke up.
But when she called me, I'm like, oh my God, she called. That's the first time.
Okay.
The second time.
How did y'all get back together? Y'all just kept talking to each other?
We kept talking every day. We kept talking every day.
I couldn't stop talking to him.
I ain't gonna break with somebody and keep talking to him.
I broke up with him and was like, I don't think this is going to work. My initial reason, though, even though I needed time, when I said I don't think this is going to work after coming off of that fast, is because the Lord had spoke something to me during that fast, and he was like, you've given me everything but your body.
Okay.
Oh God.
You've given me everything, and I need you to give me that. And so I had to do that. That was for me. Right. I had to do that because the vibe was too strong. And I was like, God, ooh. So
and imagine me, I'm like, hold up. How you leaving me because we
vibing to it?
We vibing to it.
How you leave somebody because it's too good?
Right.
I was like, nah. God said
sabotage, and then y'all just kept talking to each other
every day.
And then
she did it again.
How long from the first time to the second time?
About 2 months. She did it again. I said, wait a minute now. So at this point, I'm frustrated. I'm like, you ain't gonna keep doing this.
And by this time, you still didn't tell her that God told you that your wife.
I didn't. And
would it have changed anything, Tasha? If you knew that his intention.
After the second time, he did tell me.
But the first time, after he told you the first time, if he said, "Listen, God said you're my wife. Like, I want to marry you, and it's going to be in this period of time," would that have changed anything?
He had already told me he wanted to marry me. He didn't say God said, but he already told me he wanted to marry me.
This is the reason why, though.
After like 2 weeks.
There's a reason why.
Deangelo, you told 2 weeks.
2 weeks. I already knew. But here's the reason. She told me, do you know, all these men always say that the Lord said that I was their wife.
I said I went on 5 dates and all of them said in the first week, you're my wife. I said, what makes you any? I mean, I'm telling you, I was
saying to myself like, well, I ain't gonna ever say that then. No way. I'm saying that. But I know the Lord I serve don't lie to me, so what is this going on?
I just got tired of hearing that. You going on a date with somebody for the first time. We at Ruth Chris and you lean over, we cutting bread. The Lord said you're my wife. When? What Lord?
How? I don't even like you. I just met you.
So that second time, honestly, she did it again and she called back the next day and I did not want to answer the phone. I looked at that name and I said, hello.
Said it just like that too. Ooh, the frustration and irritation.
I was so mad because I felt like she was playing with me now.
Yeah.
Like, why you playing with me?
And then calling back.
And then this is right. And then this is the Lord reminding me, I told you she's going to be your wife. I said, well, Lord, you need to tell her because
she going to
keep breaking up with me.
Causing trauma in my life.
Right. I'll give me all just migraines and heartburn. But it was a true test of when the Lord speaks and you know it's him.
Mm-hmm. You can't listen to what somebody else says.
You can't get distracted. You can't run away. You can't allow other things in. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, I started looking to entertain something else because I'm like, she keep breaking up with me. She ain't serious about me for real.
She gonna
so let me go on. Let me not set my heart up for failure.
Yeah.
And so in order to do that, let me entertain something else.
Yep.
But I just could not get away from number one what the Lord said.
But you know what? Sorry to cut you off. I want to interject right here because I'm glad you didn't pull that card.
Right.
I'm glad you didn't because it could seem like manipulation. You know what I'm saying?
What, for him to go date somebody else?
No, to say, God said you're my wife.
Oh, you talking about for him not to say that?
Yeah, I'm glad he didn't say that. And he allowed me to see it for myself.
Yeah.
And so when did you start seeing it? After the third time
the Lord
you broke
reminded me.
You broke up with him 3 times, right?
I broke up with him 3 times.
So after
the Lord reminded me of a prayer that I prayed right before I met him.
Which was what?
So I was walking through a hotel lobby. I had been doing different things to prepare to be married. I knew it was going to happen. I didn't know it was going to be that soon. I didn't know who it was going to be. And I had almost narrowed it down. It was like 2 or 3 contenders. I was like, oh, okay, one of them is going to be 1, 2, or 3. And the Lord said, my godmother was like, you're doing too much and it's like a traffic jam and you need to stop. And I shut it all down.
She said it's like a
traffic jam. You need to stop. Woo. And I shut it all down. God. And I was reminded of a prayer, 2 prayers that I prayed. One was, Lord, recalibrate my frequency so that I can attract something different because I keep attracting the same type of men. So I started digging deep and looking internally to see the things that I am requiring from a man. Am I doing those things myself?
Oh, that's good.
How is my credit? What am I doing? Like, how am I functioning? Am I healed? Was I in therapy? So I started like really diving deep into my own personal healing and doing the work. And then I prayed a prayer walking through a hotel lobby. I said, God, please let my husband find me. Please. It was that simple. I was like, please let my husband find me. And then that's when he had DM'd me 2 weeks later.
Really?
So the Lord reminded me of that. He was like, I gave you all the confirmations that you need. You asked me for this and I gave you what you asked me for. And then he took me to Puerto Rico for my birthday. And when we went to Puerto Rico, the moment that we shared, it was just like, when we came back from there, I was like, okay. We had a conversation at his apartment and I was like, are you going to stop playing with me? He was like, you going to stop playing with me? Because that's how we talk to each other. You going to stop playing with me? I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to stop playing.
So the third breakup happened before Puerto Rico?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And okay, when the third, how far? So was it every 2 months? You breaking up?
I don't know. It wasn't like planned or timed.
Well, you did. For somehow you on the system. So
you got to understand. I was married for the first time. The first time I got married because my son's father, CJ's father, Cliff, helped me get off drugs. I was addicted to cocaine. And I've been knowing him all my life. We grew up, that was my first boyfriend I ever had, everything. So he helped me get off drugs. And when he took me from Detroit to Atlanta, we was living together. And so we grew up in church and holiness. He looked at me and was like, do you still love me? I was like, yeah, I love you. I was like, you still love me? He said, yeah. And he was like, we can't be shacking up. We can't sleep in the same bed together. We can't be having sex. We got to get married. So it wasn't, it was that. It was like, we just wanted to please God.
Yeah.
But neither one of us was equipped to be married. We didn't have the tools. We just were young. I was 23 years old, and I just was scared that if I went back to Detroit, I was going to get back on cocaine.
What led you to drugs? Was it battling with the sexual assaults that you experienced at a young age?
It was battling with that. It was keeping that secret because I didn't want to tear my family up. And I was afraid of the person that did it. So it was a lot going on in my mind. And I saw other people in the family try to come forward and nobody believed them. So that victim shaming was a big issue for me. And I'm like, they're not going to believe me anyway. So why would I even put myself out there like that? And I held that I didn't start talking about it until I was 30 years old.
Wow. And it happened at what ages?
In middle school.
And how were you introduced to cocaine?
Being in the studio around different people that were doing it, just being influenced that way and wanting to do music so bad. And, I always looked at drug addiction and drug abuse when you see people on the streets and homeless people and stuff like that. So I never wanted to look like that. It was drug addiction for me had a look to it.
Yeah.
But the people that I was around, they didn't look like that. And nice, I was like, wait a minute. If y'all could do, and then it took me down a 5-year ride. I mean, it really broke me. It really
At what ages? You were in your 20s?
Yeah, I was in my 20s. It started when I was like, maybe between like 17 and 18, it started with like ecstasy pills and Valiums and Vicodins. And then it escalated all the way to cocaine we were putting heroin in our blunts. Like, I was a hardcore drug addict. Yeah.
Wow. You did that for 5 years. And you said he helped you get off of it. Did you go through treatment or just?
I never went through treatment. I went through the Bible.
Really?
I went through every time the doors opened, I was at that church. Every service, every Bible study, everything. And I'll never forget, I am so grateful to Bishop Jerron Williams out of Atlanta, Georgia, and New Life International Family Church. They really, and Dr. LaToya K. Williams, they really took time with me and loved me where I was and helped me get delivered. Yes.
During that time, you were still singing?
I was still singing.
And you'll be singing and then you'll go?
On a 3-4 day binge of getting high.
Wow.
And then I would stay going, like, I would tell my mom when I was still living at the house with them, I would say, I'm going downstairs because we lived in a high rise and we had a penthouse on the 19th floor. And I would say, I'm going downstairs to wash clothes. And she'd be like, okay. They wouldn't see me for 2 weeks.
What would you be doing? Where would you go?
Getting high, having sex, getting high, parlaying, out at the club, strip club. I was singing at strip clubs while girls was dancing. When I tell you, I've lived.
You were singing at strip clubs?
Yeah, I've done a lot. And so when you see me singing like I'm crazy, it's because I used to be crazy. God did a work on me, buddy.
The devil is a liar. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Victory is mine. And so here it is. So now you broke up with him a third time. You don't know where that was, whether that was every 2 months. You don't know because you just responded in trauma. At the third time, how'd you respond to that, Deangelo?
It was the same way, but one thing about me, when the Lord tells me something, I have to hold on to it.
Yeah.
And with that, her birthday was coming up, and we weren't even together. We weren't officially like together. And I was like, you know what? I love her though. I'm already head over heels at this point.
In there.
And it's not because of her celebrity. I found her mind. Like our minds connected, our hearts connected, and so I would be so heartbroken when she would break up with me.
Yeah.
But I could not let it go. I knew it was something there when she kept calling me, even though she was breaking up with me. And so when her birthday came, I said, look, let me take you out. She had no plans. And I asked her, and she was like, I don't know. And I'm thinking in my mind, I'm thinking in my mind, which one of them Negroes is trying to take her out and let me be the first?
Absolutely.
I ain't never told her that, so that's why she's looking at me like this.
You bossed up.
And so I was like, you know what?
Run your play.
Even if we ain't together for real,
I'm gonna put someone on mine.
I'm gonna make her let her know that LOFTIN ain't nothing to play with.
There it is.
And so
okay, I'm sorry. Y'all see why?
And so went to Puerto Rico.
Y'all gonna be able to get back to the hotel room. Just keep talking. Let this all be foreplay. Just let this all be foreplay.
Went to Puerto Rico
with your name on it.
My God, I can't wait.
With his name on it.
Cash in. We went there and had a great time. That was my first time, going to Puerto Rico as well. And so came back and we sat down and she was like, look, I know you've been messing around. I went on a few dates. What are we doing? Because I'm willing to drop everything to be with you because I love you.
Who said that?
Tasha said that.
So where'd this come from?
I just never had somebody to not play about me like you.
Good.
I never had anybody to really stand on their word.
That's good.
And everything he said he was going to do, he always does it.
That's good.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, let me go. I'm serious about you too. I already know what the Lord said, but I began to entertain before then because I didn't want my heart totally crushed.
Mm-hmm.
And with good reason, she keep doing it.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
And I don't. Please don't watch this and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. It's only by the grace of God that this man still answered his phone after I called. Don't try that at home. Don't try that.
Kids, do not try this at home.
If you got a good man, don't play with him like that.
And I'm gonna tell you why you shouldn't play with him, because at a certain point, when a man gets healed, it's certain things he knows his own threshold. And so it's prayers that I prayed. I said, God, I want my wife to recognize me as I recognize her.
Absolutely.
So you may give me confirmation that you're not the one because you may be playing games. And I'm like, oh no, my wife would never play with my heart like that. You don't know what my threshold of pain is. You don't know what my threshold of value is. That if I know that I keep letting you do that, then that's going to send me back in the therapy that I've been through. Because my therapist may sit down with me and say, no, Terrace, this is a thread in your life. You keep trying to earn value. You keep trying to, my love language is words of affirmation. And so if I don't manage that well, then I may put myself in a place where I'm trying to seek approval from somebody. And at the end of the day, when you get healed and value, you be like, oh, you don't see me, you don't know me, God bless you. I'm gonna go to somebody who does. And so I can understand what my brother Deangelo is saying, because he's saying, okay, I'm being serious about you, but you keep rejecting me. Now I can't force myself to be with you. I can't convince you. I can't persuade you. I'm showing up as a man. Do you see me the way I see you? No. Well, it's the third time you said no. I don't need to be convinced anymore.
But here's the thing, though. What kept me just wanting to hold on is because she had all the intangibles that I love. And
the fact she kept calling you.
Right. And she kept calling me because I went through, I had to find out what I even loved. As a child, I've never shared this publicly. As a child, I was sexually abused by my father. And I didn't know what love is, but I did everything I could do to ensure that I wouldn't fall into the stereotypical type that if you are sexually molested by the same gender, that you're going to turn up being attracted to the same gender.
Right.
And so everything I did growing up, I tried to fight that narrative.
Yep.
And I did, what I'm saying? And I prayed and I asked the Lord never to allow me to be attracted to that or fall into that, because that was a seed that was being planted. And so while doing that, though, I found myself not knowing what I desired, because the only thing that I knew love was, or thought love was from the wrong thing. And the Lord had to show me. He had to deliver me out of the mindset of hatred. He had to deliver me out of the mindset of stop trying to cover up your stop trying to cover up things, or how can I say, stop trying to overdo things so you won't feel a certain way. Because I was trying to at some point mess with as many as women as I could.
Yep.
So I would never fall or sink into thinking that being with the same gender is something I should do.
Yeah.
So instead of being delivered, I was trying to deliver myself.
There it is.
But that ain't the right way to go either.
Absolutely.
You know, now you falling into being a whoremonger and all kind of things. And so it took the Lord God Almighty to really deliver me out of that mindset. And that's how, you know, I was young when I got in my first marriage. And so very, very young. And I had no idea. I was 22.
And you were how old, Tasha? 21? 23.
Yeah. So
kids.
Yeah.
We had the same stories.
Yeah.
You know, and so the Lord had to grow me up real good. And so from that moment, I'm growing and growing. And I thought in my second marriage, I thought I found what I was looking for. And I was just really trying to escape the first.
Yep.
So, but when I met her, literally everything that I desired from a woman, everything that I wanted, her touch, her feel, her cotton, the fabric of our life. Everything, I don't know if y'all can use that, but everything that I always dreamed of. I mean, because clearly the third time you got to know something.
Especially the fact you introduced therapy into your life.
Absolutely.
You know, after the second time. Had you gone through therapy after the first divorce?
Did not.
Yeah.
Did not. First or the second.
So you say, I'm about to do something different this time.
Right. And so that's how I knew that the Lord was really moving and really ordaining the moment, is because he brought forth something in front of me that I'd always desired my entire life. And so some people are not going to understand our relationship, and it's okay.
Why do you say that?
Because, you know, people not going to understand timelines. They're going to feel like, oh, y'all should have waited longer than that. Y'all should have, you know, you should have did this and you should have did. Get out of my business, number one. But,
absolutely.
But number two, when it's God, God is going to do something. If we're looking for God to do something extraordinary, then my timeline ain't going to work. None of the things that you think I should do isn't going to work. Absolutely. When it's God.
Right. Yeah.
Now, I don't, you know, of course, be healed, be made free. Absolutely. But let's save room for God to work.
Yeah.
How in the world am I going to say, it ain't time enough when God is setting before me everything that I desire?
Giving you confirmation after confirmation. Yeah. It's like
prophecies after prophecies.
So give me a timeline. Y'all, when y'all met and then said I do, when y'all met and got engaged, what was the timeline?
We met in September of 2024.
2024. Got engaged
and
no, the answer is
June. I'm sorry.
June of this year.
June of this year.
Y'all got engaged in June.
Yes.
So what is that? About 9 months later.
That's like 8 or 9 something.
Yeah. And then y'all got married
June 26th.
So y'all got engaged and then got married the same month.
Yes, sir.
So y'all got engaged. So what happened to where
talking, just like he did with the other thing. We looking at each other. We had a dinner table full of his family, and we just laughing and having a good time. He was like, "Girl, you look so good. I'll marry you. I'll marry you this week." I'm like, "Stop playing. No, you won't." He like, "I will. I'll marry you Thursday." I'm like, "Boy, if you don't shut up." So I overhear him on the phone talking to his uncle, that's the pastor. Like, "Yeah, what you doing Thursday?" I said, "This man is for real." I said, in my mind, you know how you be talking through your teeth. I was like, "It's for real." I went to Dillard's. I spent $200 on the dress.
Yeah.
I went to Michael's. I made my bouquet. My mother just happened to be in town.
Oh, really?
His mother was there. My mother was there, and the pastor.
Was perfect.
That's how simple
it is. It was sacred. It was holy. I cried.
Perfect.
When that music came on, Molly Music. It's a song called "Still" by Molly Music.
Still, how it go?
And I stood at that door, and the lady was like, okay, he's ready for you to walk down. You can walk down. I just lost it. It was like, this is where I'm supposed to be. I finally felt like this is where I belong. And it was just the most beautiful moment, and I didn't have to perform for anybody. It wasn't a room full of people there. I wasn't worried about my makeup being messed up. I wasn't worried about any of that. I was just walking to my man, like, I'm coming to you. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
That is amazing. I don't want to get too far from this moment that Deangelo shared. Place that a lot of men don't share. And especially, I've never heard it with that much weight when it been the offense being a male's father. Yeah. Like, that is very, very heavy. And I just want to salute you, King, for actually sharing that.
Absolutely. Very brave and courageous.
Because, very brave and courageous. And I believe that you gave reference to somebody else watching. It's men. God always showed me something in the spirit realm when certain things happen on the podcast. It's a man that's going to end up DMing you, telling you that, man, thank you for sharing that. I was sexually assaulted by my uncle. This right here happened to me. And they're going to start sharing stuff with you. And now you're going to understand why God allowed you to share that, because you're going to be walking other brothers through that. Right. A lot of men have attached their masculinity to their sexuality. Absolutely. Where they've been like, oh no, I ain't no fill in the blank. And then they say, all right, I'm finna just go on a smashing spree. And now you're just breaking hearts all across the globe because trying to prove a point to yourself. Yes. And the devil said, got him. Got him. However way he wants to get you, got him. And now he got you damaging all these women because you don't want to be looked at internally as that.
You don't even want to get close to that mindset that at all.
So you say, because what is it that made him feel like it was okay to do me? So I must be giving off something. Right. So and it's like, no, it's a demonic attack. Exactly. You ain't gave off nothing. You're an innocent young man. Right. It was a demonic attack assigned to derail your whole life. Yes. And come against that spirit that is coming against your mind and spirit to try to have you take a turn for the worse. And the same thing with you, Tasha, is the same fact is that we don't talk about this enough in the kingdom of violations and sexual assault. Even using the language on my podcast video makes them say, this is a trigger word. You get now advertisers can't advertise on that episode because you said these words. So we talk around it. We try to figure out a way to say it. Man, I don't care. It's sexual assault. And so at the end of the day, we got to come against that spirit. We got to come against the spirit of being silent because we can't talk about it because we don't, out of fear of not being believed. We need our parents, those people that are in leaderships, to be able to listen when a child comes forth and shares that and not be like, you just because your mama didn't let you go outside yesterday. You're throwing a temper tantrum because of whatever reason. No, take it to heart, do the research and handle that thing with the gravity that is due. So thank you so much. Salute to both of y'all for sharing that. And it just gives another reason, not that this is some trauma bond situation, but it's a place of healing. It's a place of restoration. It's a place of safety that y'all found with each other, that now even having these backgrounds and you talk about these history lessons that you jokingly share, God is going to use the history lessons that y'all shared in y'all's own life to bring deliverance to other people that have gone through some of the same similar experiences. So I just heard that in the spirit as we were talking, that history that y'all have gone through, y'all have an anointing over that now, where y'all able to discern it when y'all see it show up in y'all's sphere of influence, where y'all can have conversations that other people can't have because you know what it looks like, sound like, smell like, and you go, hey, come here. Let me talk to you real quick.
And being with someone, it's one thing to have a person who seeks to want to understand you, who does their research. I know people who are married to people who have been molested or raped or abused in any type of way. They read books, they go to classes, we understand one another to our core. Yes. He understands my pain. He understands the things that I deal with, the things that I go with, that I'm still dealing with. Yeah. And I'm healed. Yeah. But it's still certain things, certain conversations that have to happen within family and different things that, it takes time to get over. It takes time to work through. And so I understand him and he understands me. And it's definitely a kingdom assignment why God brought us together, for sure.
Beautiful. Family and friends. So y'all feel like all your family and friends were in agreement with it? Or did you have people like, y'all moving too fast? Because I heard what you said, Deangelo. You say everybody's not going to agree with it. Are you talking about the public at large? Or do you feel like your inner circle, you still had to deal with people saying y'all moving too fast?
A lot of people, both. I would say they'll tell you take your time, you know.
They say take your time,
right? You know, because they cared for me. You know what I'm saying? And they cared about my life, and they a lot of people saw what I went through, and my past experience, and so they was like, man, you just need to take your time. You know, don't rush nothing, and so I was, you know, I'm battling that mindset, like, take my time, don't rush. But then I hear the Lord say, marry her. So
who do you listen
to?
Who
I'm going to listen to? I'm not going to listen to y'all. I love y'all, but I'm not going to listen to you because I know when the Lord speaks is a reason why.
And what they don't know is the state of mind that you were in. You was about to be in these streets. And so God can save us from ourselves. God said, hold on, son. I know what's in your heart. I know you're going to take this brokenness and go out here. You're going to go on a smashing spree. Come to me, son. Come on back. Come to me. I need you in the covenant. I don't need you out here in these streets. And so they don't know that part. That's why God is so gracious to know us. He's omniscient. He's all knowing. So he's like, all right, if I leave you single too long, it's going to take you too long to even get married again.
Absolutely.
Because the minute that you start getting used and accustomed to a certain lifestyle, is you just further away from covenant.
Absolutely.
And so God knows that. That's why I said, man, you can't listen to what people say. What about on your end, Tasha? Were you hearing people saying you're rushing it, you're too soon, this man just put a ring on your finger, then next week want to marry you? What are y'all doing?
Same with him. You know, my family knows what I went through before. And they saw the process of me coming out of that and how it took a toll on me mentally and physically and emotionally, spiritually. Like every part of me was affected by that. And so they were just like, we know we can't tell you what to do, but it was just, are you sure? You know, you sure? We love him. We love him. But if you say, you know, you ain't doing it, we gonna ride with you. It was that type of thing, just checking on me, making sure. And then once I confirmed and like, no, this is it. I'm sure about this. They love him. My children love him. That was a big thing for me.
Your kids.
Because in the second marriage, I didn't give my children the opportunity to even have a say so. They never had a chance to really bond with him. They never were around. And so that hurt them. And I had to go back and apologize to my kids for that. And so the relationship that he has with them and the relationship that I have with his children, God gave us this, and it's a beautiful thing, us merging our families together. And so we're just taking one day at a time and having fun. And
So when you heard him over whispering, we're going to get married next Thursday, did that scare you? I know you was like,
I got nervous. I did. I got nervous. I was like, okay, this is really happening. So what made you accept it?
What made you say, no, I don't want to get married next week. I want to get married the week after next?
Because I wanted to be with him.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you had peace. You had peace in marrying him quickly. It just was a whiplash moment of getting married in the next.
Because this is a big decision.
Yeah.
I don't look at it as, we're just going to the store. We're just going grocery shopping. We'll be back. No, this is a lifetime commitment. Nobody gets married and plans to get divorced.
So what made you lean into it like that though?
I just knew it was God.
Really?
I knew it was too many different confirmations. I'll give you one. One of the confirmations was, my mother said I got baptized when I was a kid. I don't remember being baptized as an adult. I've never been baptized as an adult. I was been baptized as a child.
Yeah.
And I've been talking to the Lord, like, I want to be baptized. I got to get baptized again. Every time they do it at the church, I'm out of town, I'm on the road. I'm like, I've been saying this. So he was with me one time and I had to sing somewhere. We were together. And when I got done singing, he was like, while you were singing, I saw me baptizing you.
Oh, wow.
It was specific things that the Lord, I would be thinking something and he would call me. He would say, he was like, So it's like he always knew. He always knew where I was. He always met me where I was. He could always feel me. Like if I'm not feeling well, if I'm dealing with something, what's wrong with you? Call me. Like, let's pray.
That's good.
And so we started this thing where the Lord told him to stop and pray at 12 noon, Monday through Friday. And he started doing it, and he would get off the phone. And I'm like, why are you getting off the phone? I got to pray at 12. So I started doing it with him. So the first couple of months while we were dating, 12 noon, no matter where we were, we stopped and prayed. No matter where we were, no matter what we were doing, we stopped and prayed. And so now we kept doing it. And then one day he said the Lord told him to open it up. And so Monday through Friday, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, we're on Zoom praying, and there's people on there. Sometimes we share words, sometimes we prophesy. Some people are getting healed, coming back with testimonies of getting jobs, bodies being healed,
God, I love this.
Kids being saved. So God didn't just bring us together for us to have a good time, and we do have a great time.
Yes.
But this is a kingdom assignment. Like, this is a real partnership. And I told him that, yes, I've been married twice, but when I married you, I felt like I've never been married before. I feel like I've never done this before. Like, I really feel like this is the first time I've ever been married. And it's amazing. It's beautiful. Like, I can't say it enough. I just thank God for it. I thank God for you. I love you.
I love you too, boo.
Okay.
And we do this thing and we tell people, because every couple has arguments. Every couple has, when you get to learn each other, you're gonna run into that.
Yeah.
And I might say it in my interpretation. She's gonna correct me, but our motto is let love lead.
Yes.
Let love, regardless, like, because when we first started getting in arguments, one time we got an argument and we didn't talk. We was driving in the car.
On a road trip, 5 hours.
For 5 hours.
I put my headphones on and turned on Hulu.
And I'm just as stubborn, and I'm enjoying MapQuest.
And the whole time I'm looking at my show, and the show was good too. I'm like, this man ain't gonna say nothing to me.
Nothing.
Who gonna be the first one to say I'm sorry? Who gonna be the first one to break I said, no, this is dangerous because we're both too stubborn for this. I looked at him, I said, so what are we doing? What is this?
So you broke it. You caved in.
I had to.
and from there, and she said those words, and it stuck with me. And so we lead with that in every situation, every up and down. So when you are engaging in an argument or anything, it should be the love that's leading regardless. Mm-hmm. So that you ain't gonna say nothing crazy. I don't cuss like that. I don't cuss. And so I said I had to crack that like that because people pull that out. But so I would never call her out her name. You know what I'm saying? That's something I just would never do.
We don't do insults.
Yeah.
Like the insult thing, we're not gonna do. And then if you letting love lead, you're not gonna do that anyway.
Absolutely.
And so so we're not trying to win, and that's the thing. I'm not trying to win an argument.
Yeah.
I don't want to win an argument. I want to stay in love.
Good.
So, and that's, what we're learning in our process. We're not perfect, none of, we're trying to learn each other and so, but we're going to be married for the next 40, 50 years.
There it is. How old are you, Tasha?
42.
How old are you?
41.
Yeah. He said 40, 50 years.
60, 70.
60, 70
I'm going to still be throwing that thing at 100.
Hey, 115. Come backing that thing up.
Hey, baby, come here, let's get it.
I like when you have your teeth in your mouth.
As long as I can, I will.
As long as I can, I will. That's a new Bible verse. Listen, how can we support you? You got an album coming out. What? How can we support you, Tasha?
I got some new music that's coming out. And I actually have something to give you, too, because I want you to hear the new song.
Oh, good.
I got some new music coming out. The first single is called Come to Pass.
Come to Pass.
Yeah, it's called Come to Pass.
It's about her meeting her Boaz. It's called Come to Pass.
I'm just excited. I'm excited about what God is doing in my music ministry. I haven't released a full body of work since 2017.
2017?
Yeah.
It's been that long?
It's been that long. I wasn't ready to release music. Like, I didn't want to let my supporters rush me.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do it for the sake of get music out. You got to release content. You got to stay relevant. The Lord allowed me to stay relevant through features and through just relationships and his favor.
Yeah.
Like, how is it that I'm on the road almost every weekend with no new music out? That's God. That has to be God.
Do you know Anita Hawkins?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I remember I met you at her birthday party. Did you go to a birthday thing that she had in Dallas? It was something. No, was it her thing? It was something.
No, it wasn't
that she
hers,
had.
but I remember her being there.
Yeah, she was there, but whose was it? I thought that was her thing, but it was a birthday thing that she had a couple years ago, and I remember meeting you there. Yeah, so I don't know.
Was I nice? Was I nice?
Yeah, you were nice. You were real cool. That's the reason why you sitting on this couch right now.
I don't know. I just have a serious look sometimes.
No, when I talk to you, you was cool. You've always been cool with me. And matter of fact, we've got on the phone and talked extensively about your whole background and your mom and the loss of your dad, all that stuff. So I always was like, she's solid to me.
Yeah.
And so,
I appreciate that.
always been solid. So I ain't, like I said, I ain't in the gospel industry that much to know what people may say about you. So if you've been mean to people, then
I've never been mean to people.
Change your ways.
I just have a serious look sometimes.
Go and sin no more.
Listen, these days you gotta earn the kiki and ha ha with me. Because people be crazy.
You done been through too much.
I bet I done been through too much.
So you got to earn the kiki and ha ha with me.
For real.
And so your album is coming out. How should they? You have a website that should follow
TPLministries.com. Follow me on Instagram, Tasha PAGE-LOCKHART. We have a lot going on. I have a women's ministry that my husband urged me to relaunch called Daughters of Eve. And so we do every third Monday on Zoom.
Third Monday.
All of that is on my social media stuff. And then him and I, you could talk about what we do.
We are going into ministry.
Good.
I pastored for the past 7 years in Virginia, and now we are moving forward. Not a timeline yet, but we're moving forward, seeking the face of the Lord, and we'll be doing full live ministry in the Raleigh-Durham area of North Carolina. Is a burden that I carry, and I can't let it go.
There it is.
And so we're doing that, and that's that's all I'm doing. You can follow me on LOFTIN123 at an IG, and then I'm Deangelo Loftin on Facebook and all other handles.
We're good. If I'm available, I want to come to y'all first service that y'all have.
Yes.
I want to pull up. That'd be great.
That.
Yeah, that'd be great. I love it when people are been assigned by God in the city to go and speak to the demonic influences there so they can bring souls to the kingdom. I'm 10 toes down in that. So,
and thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for what you're doing for people who have lost hope. I mean, there are a lot of people who did give up on love.
Absolutely.
And felt like this is not for me. I haven't found my person. Or
Deangelo, one of them.
After the 3 breakups. But no, seriously, thank you for extending this platform for us to be able to share our stories, and for just creating this for people to know that there is somebody out there for you.
Yeah,
and to get the tools. That's the thing.
That part.
To get the tools to be able. You think you want to be in a marriage. If you think you want to be in a marriage, you need the most selfless version of yourself has to emerge.
Yeah, that part.
If you want to be in a marriage.
And that's the best version of yourself.
Yeah, you ain't lying. That's powerful. Well, listen, Deangelo, you have social media?
Yes, Instagram, TLoftin123.
TLoftin123.
And Facebook is Deangelo Loftin.
There it is. And so, again, fellas, I want you to reach out to him if his testimony resonated with you. Absolutely. So that you can get free from this, so that when you decide to take vows again, you take vows as a whole man. In the name of Jesus. Y'all give it up for the Loftins, y'all.
Bless you. Bless you.
Stay tuned to the end for a letter to my future wifey.
Been writing these love letters to you.
Ladarian, thrusted suddenly into Child Protective Services in 2015. My nephew, black, a boy. The likelihood of being adopted outside of kinship, slim to none. Armani, 16 years old, black, a boy, with 5 years in the foster care system before I even knew his name. The likelihood of ever being adopted, yep, you guessed it, slim to none. While Ladarian and Armani were trying to survive and barely thrive in an overpopulated and underfunded foster care system, I was living my own life, doing well professionally. Having been a single father with a daughter who at that point was doing well in college, it was my time to live my life, right? Wrong. I felt unsettled, tireless, agitated. There are just too many of our black children stuck in ambiguity and in the limbo of the foster care system. In 2017, I legally adopted my nephew, Ladarian. Fast forward to 2019, I had no ties to this other young king, but I felt God instructed me to adopt him also, and I obeyed. Starting over with parenting should have been enough, right? Working with various foster care and adoption agencies to help bring awareness to the countless young Black kings in the foster care system should have decreased my agitation, right? Joining the board of directors of Advantage Adoption, an organization that helps find permanent adoptive homes for children in foster care, should have led to some type of resolve, right? No, not at all. None of it felt like I had done enough. I now realize that every one of those experiences was laying the fundamental foundation for my life's mission, Kingdom Royale. Kingdom Royale will be a luxury, state-of-the-art home for foster boys. Our first location will be in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. We will utilize the whole person approach that instills identity, empowers them to advocate for themselves, and enlightens them regarding new perspectives and limitless options that they thought were impossible. Though the young kings will attend the local public schools that are in proximity to Kingdom Royale, our at-home curriculum will broaden their worldview through participating in the arts, attending various cultural events, learning about and engaging in multifaceted discussions about current events and even relevant historical context, introducing them to gardening and landscaping and even caring for our animals on our farm and on-site stables. We just launched our Startup Capital campaign with the goal of raising $2.8 million. Now, why $2.8 million? Well, in 2017, I created a web series in which I performed random acts of kindness for targeting the homeless community. One of the most notable successes was that one of the videos went viral, garnering 28 million views. However, one of my biggest regrets is that I didn't raise a single dollar to help in implementing a more sustainable plan for the homeless community. So throughout the years, with much remorse, I reflected on not maximizing that moment. I knew if at that time, just 10% of the viewers donated $1, we would have raised at least $2.8 million that could have really established long-term support for the homeless community, or at least started a long-term initiative to do so. This is my do-over. This is our new beginning. Together, we can attack this at the root by specifically helping our homeless Black boys who are already disproportionately represented in the American foster care system. I'm Tasha Whitfield. I've been nominated for 3 regional Emmys documenting my work with the homeless as well as my personal adoption journey. Despite those accolades, the greatest award for me is truly providing the infrastructure for a transformed life. Visit kingdomroyale.com for more details. Crown a king and make a donation today. Here's my favorite part of the podcast where I speak to my future wifey. Dear future wifey, our scars will not be wasted. The tears we've cried in secret, the nights we wrestled with loneliness, the seasons we thought would break us, God was weaving them into a greater purpose. When we come together, our marriage will not just be for our joy, it will be for His glory. I believe the Lord will take the ashes of our past trauma and exchange them for beauty that touches nations. Where pain once silenced us, He will give us platforms. Where heartbreak tried to destroy us, He will give us healing words for the brokenhearted. Together, our transparency will be medicine. Our story will remind people that God still restores, still redeems, and still resurrects dead things. We won't hide from what we've been through. We'll stand as living testimonies that trauma does not define us, grace does. Our union will be a lighthouse for those lost in storms, a safe harbor for those searching for hope, and a declaration that love can grow even out of fractured souls. So, my love, let us embrace the assignment, not just to love each other well, but to love the world better because of what we've endured. The nations will find healing in the overflow of our obedience. Your future hubby.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Dear Future Wifey podcast. Remember, be lit, live intentionally and transparently, and don't stop loving.
Make sure to subscribe to our Dear Future Wifey YouTube channel. We're available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Stitcher. We welcome your support. Simply share our podcast with your friends and family.